Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. I didn't do anything off camera to make anything special.
Nothing this
No,
special.
I was gonna find villagers that had the right trades, and I was like, man, never mind.
I've just been digging down new layers here.
And I am 12 leather. That's not a bad one.
We need to breed more cows.
That would help for sure. I'm just there. No, if you need to sleep, I can go get into a bed. It is nice.
I mean, I'm trying to get everything lit up down here now. Is actually what I've been working on, so that sleeping is not as big of a deal. So this is fine.
I might go. I don't have any wheat on me either. I'm trying to figure out this best trade. So, my hospital, we have a yearly what they call a code orange drill, which is like a mass casualty incident drill. Because, you got to be prepared for if, mass casualty incident or whatever comes in. And do you want to hear the craziest thing that they did on the last phone call about the results, quote unquote, of the mass casualty drill?
Yeah.
They had a problem with where they set up the mass casualty triage. And that means, you set up your triage in a different spot so you can kind of figure out, the priority of people as they're coming in, but you're not doing it in the normal way you do an average day at the emergency department. You're moving it out to, meeting ambulances that are rolling in, because if you're dealing with mass casualty, they're probably from somewhere else, like subway crash or, building collapse or something. They're getting brought to you from some incident. So you move your triage area to somewhere else a little farther out, and you try to cycle things through to get everybody appropriately, prioritized. And they are going to move in the future our triage area, because there was a problem with the area that they decided that they were triaging in, and that's in our policy to do, but they're going to change the policy. Can you guess why?
Who knows? I've never guessed right about any of this stuff.
Take the most random guess you could think of, because you might have it. And I'll tell you, it's legitimate. It's just ridiculous.
Save on gas.
No, it's more legitimate than that. It doesn't have anything to do with cost savings for the hospital or anything like that. It's not. That's not what it comes down to.
I don't know. I give up.
There is a ridiculously aggressive bird that has been living in a tree outside of our emergency department for years, and when people get too close to it, it swoops in at them and dive bombs them. And where the area that they planned outside to start this triage to get the ambulances cycling through the right way is right where all this bird did was attack people the entire time.
That's insane.
So
that's crazy.
It became more of a danger to keep things as per policy, as opposed to moving our area, because this bird was causing that big of a problem.
I'm surprised y'all don't,
Well, this bird
have
has
a
been
little
there.
accident.
When I worked in the ER, which I haven't worked in the ER for over 3 years, but I started in the ER about 8 years ago. It was there the entire time that I've been there, and it used to be a big joke. It used to be a little closer, actually, to where even the ambulances park now. Ambulances would literally open their back doors and try to run patients in the door, because the bird would attack the back of every provider who tried to bring somebody in. And I think they did.
How long do birds live?
I don't know. Maybe it's the bird's family taking vengeance still. I have no idea. Because
what did y'all do to this bird?
It's protective of its home. And it hasn't caused a problem for the standard ambulances in a while. I think they've done enough work that they've cut down the branches and the trees that it lived in and things like that. So it's moved a little bit farther out, but it's still close enough to wherever they set up this triage area. And it's so funny to hear. And I didn't take part in this drill from the emergency department perspective. I'm taking part of it from an informatics perspective. But to hear them talking about the changes that they're making in the policy to be based on the fact that there is this bird that they cannot compete with.
That's insane.
It kind of makes me laugh, but it's legitimate. Like you can't. If you have this problem, you have to work around it in some way, shape, or form, right?
I mean, I'm just surprised that the bird won.
What are they going to do?
A bird could have a little accident.
There are so many zombies inside our village right now.
Inside the village?
Inside
you must have had
the
a horde thing or whatever it's called.
It might. Like the golems are trying to take some of them on, but there's still a bunch of them attacking the villagers' doors. There's a bunch outside the village that the golems are taking care of, but yeah, I thought that was absolutely insane to hear that you're going to change an entire policy surrounding a bird.
It is insane. The bird really shouldn't. I mean, I would assume that like there'd be an agency that you called to deal with the bird. Honestly, I didn't really think you'd kill him.
Oh my god, these zombies took out all the doors. Not all the doors, but a lot of the doors.
Is there not someone whose job it is to deal with the bird?
I mean, I guess you could call like animal control of some type, but have you ever called animal control on an aggressive bird? Would they do anything?
I've never had this problem before, but they might.
I mean, wouldn't PETA have a problem if you just destroyed a bird?
Well, yeah, if you just destroyed him, you got to keep that on the down low if you're going to destroy him. But if you move him, move him, pick him up, move him.
I'm not sure you could pick him up and move him. He seems to have eluded people from.
Well, you got to dart him first, I think.
A bird? It's like shooting skeet.
Skeet skeet. Yeah, I mean, put him down, make him go sleep, then move him.
Night night, birdie.
Yeah, night night, birdie, and then goodbye, birdie.
Goodbye, birdie.
I think that's what you'd have to do.
I'm not sure it'll work that way, but you could.
I mean, I don't know. He might just come back, right? I mean, he does have wings,
right? And oh my god, I just shot a villager in the face.
That's not the right way to do this.
I shouldn't try to right click on a villager with a bow in my hand. What it turns out.
He does not want to trade with you now.
No, he definitely is not a happy man, and I bet the golem is going to be really pissed off when I walk out this door.
Oh god. Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. I can't believe you guys have been bested by a bird.
I find it kind of entertaining in the fact that, like, I'm kind of like, you know what? You go, bird. You go, bird.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, I have more questions than anything, I think. Like, is it the same bird? If it's not the same bird, why is all of his family assholes? Like, I don't know.
I think those are very valid questions. I mean, maybe you can ask the bird. I'll arrange it.
Yeah, I don't think I want to talk to
If you come out to my emergency department, he will come greet
you. I mean, so here's the thing. It seems like he's a hazard.
I know, so I would agree with that. Like, he is actually a hazard, and I'm not sure. And the funny thing is, during this meeting, what was stated was, because they were talking to the person who's like the director of emergency preparedness.
I thought you were going to say the bird.
They were talking to the bird, and no, they talked to the director of emergency preparedness, who had heard of the bird but didn't really know too much of the bird because he doesn't deal with the emergency department for anything else except for preparing for emergency situations, but not on a regular basis. And the emergency department doc was like, yeah, we've actually had multiple meetings about this bird in my time here at this hospital. And she's been there for about 6 years now. She was like a resident when I was in the emergency department. Now she's like an attending.
God, I can't believe there's a bird taking up this much of everyone's time.
Oh, I just fucking punched a goddamn... I'm waiting for the golems to come after me. They're not yet.
You're having a hard time over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for the guy who trades wheat, but I'm not finding farmer. Here you go, wheat. Take wheat. I don't know. I got 23 freaking... got 23 emeralds. I need 26. I want to get mending on this damn pick and then go fix it up.
Did you see anything about E3?
No. Is there something cool? I saw something about Minecraft Earth or whatever.
Did you? What was that?
That it's in September.
Oh.
That's like pretty much all I've seen on it.
Well,
That it
yeah,
exists.
E3 happened.
That it exists. Yep. And so E3, was there cool stuff at E3?
Probably. I don't know.
So you didn't say anything either.
No, I tend to avoid E3. I feel like
I thought you went to E3 and loved it.
I did. It's the best convention ever. As far as like getting to talk to industry people, not being swarmed by fans, even though I love the fans, don't get me wrong there. But it's just a different feel. Though, last year they opened it up to the public, and I heard that made it bad for industry. Like they didn't know who was who, and they had to like change their focus. And I heard that they kind of limited that this year as a result. But I don't know if that's true or not, how much it was limited. But so here's what I learned by going to E3 though. The first time I went, Microsoft took me there, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be super cool because this is like exclusive thing, and you go to these parties and these press conferences and all this shit, and you see all these games that are coming out, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so happy, I'm so hyped for these games, and none of the fucking shit I was hyped for 3 years ago is released yet. So my
is
opinion
it still
of E3,
releasing is the question, or is it like?
well, yeah, it's still being worked on. That should be out from my kids. So basically, what I've learned about E3 is they go and they talk a bunch of shit, but you don't see none of that shit in the next year. In fact, when I went back to the second E3 I went to, I saw trailers for some of the same shit I'd seen the year before.
I didn't actually know that E3 was big on gaming. I thought E3 was more big on tech.
No, you're thinking of the CES.
C418. Yep, that
CES.
that tech guy who makes the music.
CES is what you're thinking of. It's in Vegas. That is the tech expo. But no, E3 is only gaming.
Oh, maybe you're right. Is there something called G? Is there G something like G4?
There is a G4. What is that?
Or was G4 the old tech TV channel?
Yeah, I was about to say that's a channel. Yeah. Didn't
Maybe
they start showing?
Maybe that's what I was thinking when, for some reason, when you said E3.
Yeah, they used to cover E3. In fact, I think
maybe that's why I have those two combined like that in my head. Especially
one of the times when I came back from E3, I think it was G4. I was in Biscuitville. I don't know if you have.
Oh yeah, Biscuitville.
It really sounds like a theme park.
So you went to like KFC on the way to G3 or either.
Basically, it's a breakfast biscuit restaurant. It's the KFC of breakfast. And I think it was G4 was on the TV, but they were covering some game, and then in the background here I go walking by with Chad. So I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah. No, that yeah. Now we've covered all those things, you and I, all our bases.
Everything's covered. Biscuits, technology,
biscuits, technology.
In that order. Thank you very much. Order of importance. Bacon would be added on there somewhere. Are you a bacon fan? You're not, are you?
What?
Bacon.
Who's not a bacon fan?
Oh, so there's too many people I've met lately that are not bacon fans.
What do they do with their lives? They don't like bacon?
They're these non-pork people, and I've met too many of them lately, and I'm just like, what is wrong with you?
Is it religious reason?
No. None of them are religious reasons. They're all like, I don't eat pork, blah, blah, blah.
Why do they not eat pork?
I don't know. I can't figure it out, because pork's fucking delicious.
That's weird. No pork at all, eh?
Yeah, they just don't like pork products. It's like, oh, I can't have pork sausages. I'll have to buy turkey sausages,
Huh.
It's a lot of people like that. My wife, one of them.
So you're getting divorced soon, eh?
Things that I've learned to deal with because I can still eat the bacon that I want to eat. Problem is I just don't get to eat it as often because I don't make just bacon for myself.
So how do you cook your bacon?
In a pan normally. At the fire station when we cook bacon, a lot of times we put it in the oven, which is weird.
Yeah, that's how.
I never thought of that. It just seems to take longer.
It does take longer, but it cooks evenly and crisps evenly.
I mean, sure, my pan.
And you can cook a whole pan of it at once.
My pan does just fine.
But it doesn't cook it as the same. It's not the same. I used to also cook it in the pan, and then
I don't need
Alton
it to
Brown
be the same.
is the one who told me.
I need it to be yummy. And
but it is yummy. It's not yummy.
Yummy quicker.
But I think that it's better in the oven.
I think it can be better if cooked right. Like one of the problems I do have in the pan is sometimes it does get overcooked on like one side or whatever. But at the same time, at the fire station, our oven was really uneven for the longest time, and it was one of those, you'd put it in the oven, and the back of the pan was like burnt to a crisp, and the front of it was raw. I don't know how that happens in an oven, but it happened all the time in our old oven that we had.
Huh. Yeah, no, I cook. What I do is I'll take like the whole pack of bacon and bake it in the oven. For anyone that wants to know, here's how I do it. I don't know, your oven's probably different, but 425 for 22 minutes and done. Perfect bacon.
22 minutes seems like such a long time for bacon, man.
I mean, okay, when you're cooking it quick for breakfast or in the morning or whatever, fine. But the thing is, you put all of that in a Ziploc bag with some, paper towels, something in between it, and then you got your whole week's worth of bacon already cooked. You microwave it for like 12 seconds or 15 seconds. Yeah. What do you?
As you have like your bacon allotment for the week.
Well, I mean, you got a week's worth of. I mean, you do. You got a week's worth of bacon. You got every breakfast bacon ready. You just gotta make your eggs and your toast or your biscuits or whatever you want to do.
Bottle guy still doesn't want to give us any bottles, by the way.
Yeah, I think you have to trade other things. I really think that's how it works.
I'm looking for who was it that gave us the mending book? Was it a cleric or was it a cartographer?
Cleric.
Cleric. Okay. Can't remember if he needed like an empty book or something to go with it too, right? Because I finally got enough emeralds.
I think 23 or 22, something like that.
26, unless there's a different one that has a cheaper trade that I didn't know about. We have too many damn villagers. I can't keep them all straight. And it's not bottle guy.
So what's your thoughts on nitrous?
I like it. On nitrous?
Yeah.
You mean like liquid nitrogen in the kitchen? Or are you talking like snort
laughing
nitrous?
gas? Laughing gas. Is that nitrous?
I have when I had a dental procedure. I don't know what you mean. My thoughts on it.
So do you think you should get it at the dentist?
I don't really know much negative effects of nitrous to argue against. Why are you bringing this up? Obviously, there's something.
Well, I mean, I got it when I was a kid, when I'd go to the dentist.
Yeah, I got it when I was an adult when I went to the dentist, but...
Well, I mean, I would do it
years ago.
I haven't been to the dentist in a while. Probably need to go. But, yeah. I was just wondering. I just wondering what you thought.
No, you can't start. That can't be the conversation. So what do you think about nitrous? Oh, okay. Cool. Anyways, hey, did you ever see that movie Die Hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Cool Christmas. Best Christmas movie.
What was it? That Saturday Night Live with Chris Farley where he was hosting stuff? And he was just like his talk show on Saturday Night Live. He would just ask people, so, did you see that movie? Yeah, that was awesome. And then they get to the next topic, and that was it. Nitrous.
My daughter's got a cavity.
And so are you worried about the nitrous?
No, not really. I don't think it's I'm not concerned. I got it when I was a kid. It didn't fuck me up, as far as I know.
Is there a whole anti-nitrous movement?
I don't know. I think probably. I mean, it's something that you don't have to have, right? And so there's going to be people that are against there's people against everything, Jeff.
I mean, that's true.
People don't like pork.
That's true. It's fucking crazy, but it's true.
Honestly, I thought you might know because you're not a doctor of an anti-nitrous movement.
No, I don't think
that
I've ever like. It's not something that's given out in the hospital. Oh, it's a librarian, by the way. It's not a cleric.
Jeez. Oh, that's right, librarian. Yeah.
Wrong the whole time.
Well, you gave me an A or B, and I said, and I had to choose between A or B.
And this particular librarian doesn't even have one, but I know that we have a librarian somewhere that does.
Yeah.
No, I mean, nitrous is not something that's used in the hospital setting, which is kind of weird. I'm kind of surprised at why.
Why is that? I wonder. Is it because it's bad for you?
No, I think that the nitrous is like, I don't know what. I don't know actually. Maybe it's because it's short acting.
Yeah, it doesn't last long after you stop sucking it in, right? Like 15, 20
I,
minutes.
I
You feel
do
completely
remember when
normal
I had
again.
my wisdom teeth removed, and I didn't get the ability to get put to sleep for mine because mine were very, like, easy extractions, they called it. And they really were. It was like, I think I was 10 minutes. I was in and out of there, and I drove home.
Wow.
But he gave me nitrous, and it's the nose thing.
Yeah.
And after, like, when he was getting done with the procedure, because I was numbed up and everything, he turned off the tank, and I was sitting there going, and I was trying to, like, signal him to move the thing, and he was like, oh, yeah, I turned the nitrous off, and I was, like, trying to talk, but my mouth was still open because he was still, like, cutting into my teeth and all that shit. And I was trying to signal to the dentist to move the goddamn nitrous thing off my nose, because it was making it very difficult to breathe, that I had this, like, covering on my nose, but nothing going through it anymore. He didn't seem to grasp that concept. And when he finally finished up, the first thing I did was reached up and I had to physically myself take it off of my nose because I felt uncomfortable breathing.
Yeah.
With this thing. And I'm really surprised that a dentist whose, job is to do this and probably uses this on a daily basis with his patients has never experienced somebody who did not like the sensation of this thing on their nose without it actually flowing air.
Right. And once you cut it off, take it off, sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
But
Yeah.
I'm not going to find this
Okay.
damn librarian that has the mending book again. I can't find them. Pretty sure he needed... What did he need? Was it a written book or just an empty book?
I don't remember, man.
God, it was... I found him already once because that's why I know he needs 26 emeralds. I just don't remember what the thing was that he needed with it. If it was a book of some type.
I didn't remember him needing a book.
Wait, didn't we make a bunch of written books specifically for this purpose?
Well, no, there was a guy that traded written books for emeralds.
Oh, never mind then. What do we need a book for? I'm gonna make just an empty book in case I find him. What?
Nothing.
Nothing wrong with just a little book. I think I remember how a book's made. Wait, leather.
It's just leather and 3 paper.
Oh, 3 paper. I was trying to put wood in there for some reason. There we go. No, it wasn't this for sure.
Well, find him. You can't trade until you find him anyways.
I can't find him though. I don't want to
Well,
find
you
him
can't
once
trade
and then
then.
not find him again.
these are the things you can't trade
I
without
don't want to
finding
find him
him.
once and not find him again. It's like
Well, put a name tag him.
I don't have any more name tags.
Get some.
I need to buy another name tag, which is going to cost 20 some odd emeralds. The whole thing's like perpetual cycle of emerald stealing. This is how jewelers make it. This is like De Beers diamonds right here. In real life, man. You don't have any name tags in your ender chest, do you?
No.
We had to have found more than one freaking name tag throughout this series so far, right?
Probably threw mine away.
Oh, wait. Oh, I found one.
Name tag?
Name tag.
Nice.
So I gotta go put it on like the machine. Like, what are we gonna call this guy? He's gonna be called Mending guy, I guess is the most appropriate name for him when we find him.
You should call him Min Man.
No, he's Mending guy. I've already named it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Rename it.
That one experience is too much, man. Too rich for my blood.
Oh,
I got money I need to put into crypto.
Lord at the mobs.
Oh god, why is there so many of these people? Flame book. Oh my god, I found him! Like immediately. Boom! Mending
See, you
guy.
just need the name tag.
What's he need? It's a... Oh yeah, just a book and 9 emeralds. No, that's looting. Sorry. Book and 26 emeralds for mending. So let's do that.
I was about to say 9 emeralds. That man got cheap.
Okay, I got a mending book. So now I'm going to go repair this pick, though I'm not going to have enough levels for it in a minute. So I figure putting Mending on it first would probably be smart, and then repair it with the other pick, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Sniper duel, man.
Man, that's such a loud sound.
I didn't get the sound.
Well, you did whenever you got it.
That cost
You
me,
got it recently.
that cost me 9 levels, and then this is going to cost me 28 levels now. Good lord. Looks like
What's just to put Mending on?
Yeah, but Mending on it cost 9, and then to repair it with that other pick, it's going to be 28 levels because it's almost dead. So I need to go sit at the skeleton spawner for, 16 levels worth.
For 16 levels. I got 33.
Aren't you special?
I mean, I was going to offer them, but now, nothing. You get nothing.
We have so many bones in here, though. We do need to transport over there to Breon's seed-making machine.
Right. So I've got it planted all the way to Bedrock now, by the way.
Okay. And that's one out of... Well, how wide is this thing? It's 90 wide, so divide by 3. So do we only have 30 things that have to go down? 30
Yeah, I think so.
sets?
Yeah. Seems like it's going to be easy, right?
I mean, it seems like it, but it's the whole digging out the ocean part that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I
mean,
have to ask. Did somebody change something with our skeleton spawner?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because there's nothing happening at the skeleton spawner right now. Oh,
Really?
finally. One skeleton just dropped.
Huh. Breon fixed it.
It must have just been unloaded. I mean, because it seems to be working normal now. I was really afraid that Breon tried to fix it because there's a lot of chests in here all of a sudden and a few workbenches.
I put a lot of chests in there.
Okay, so that was you.
Yeah. They're all filled with bones.
And if Breon fixed it, he probably fixed it right, but I'm probably not standing in the right spot for that to happen anymore.
Yeah. No, I put a ton of chests there because I sat in there for a while repairing all the mending things one day. And then we broke them all again.
Yeah, you dig through this stuff pretty fast, huh? And that's the thing with the shovels. We'll have to keep the shovels in our offhand because we don't have anything to repair those with if we do the trades like this, right?
Well, again, I don't think you'd do that trade more than once. Just because the level-wise, it's going to get so expensive, right?
And they're just never going to want to trade again?
Well, then that too. Getting them to unlock the trade again seems to be difficult.
Trade again at some point. They have to like us.
Do they, though?
No. But...
I've got addicted to a new game.
What game's that?
The Jurassic World Evolution.
Oh, you said something about that the other day.
It's so good. It's like SimCity and
So it's more of a
theme park
strategy
simulator. Well, yeah, it's a lot like Planet Coaster because it's made by the same company. But they took a lot of the like intricacies that you need in Planet Coaster out. It's more just a strategy, park management with dinosaurs game. So yeah, it's really fun. I like it a lot.
I'm gonna have to give that a try.
The embargo, I've never had this happen before, but the embargo lifted before the game came out. Normally the embargo lifts like the moment the game releases, sort of thing, right? Like at midnight, game's out, embargo's up, here you go. But their embargo lifted at midnight New Zealand time, which was like 8 a.m. Eastern, and the game didn't come out until the next day.
So, I will say that I've never been part of an embargo that released early. I've only been a part of a few embargoes. I've never had a game that I was like that interested in, or the developers were that interested in me prior to the game coming out. But I've seen games that were coming out that I was kind of like, that game looks interesting, and I'd search for YouTube and find people who've had like 2 weeks worth of content on the game. And these are regular reviewers of games. So they obviously were allowed to do this, and the embargo for them was to build hype prior to the game release.
That's what they did with this Jurassic thing, and so I streamed it. I had my daughter in the day, so I couldn't do it early. But I wish I could have started at 8 a.m. because whenever I did start, I had the highest stream views I've had in forever.
Really?
Just nonstop, like close to 1,000 people watching. Because they were all people were like, "Fuck, man, why you got the game? Why you got the game?" Which I don't, I can understand that. But yeah, it was really good.
I will tell you something weird lately with YouTube. I have still all my like subscriptions go to like one of my Gmail folders. And in the last 2 weeks, the folder has been ridiculously full.
Oh, you're getting subscribers.
But I went to Social Blade and I'm still at the exact same negative numbers every day.
Huh.
So I'm literally seeing like 100 emails come through a day of new subscribers. And I go to Social Blade and it's like negative 30 today. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I was all excited for a minute because I really thought like, things had, changed. Because I'm getting a lot more comments and stuff in my videos lately than I usually do for some odd reason. And I don't know what's going on.
Well, maybe they'll subscribe to this video.
Maybe they will. Maybe they will.
And then they'll watch the next one. Because we'll see you next time.
All right, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.